Hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is YAHMAD. In this video I'm going to be continuing on with paper 2 from the CIE ICT IGCSE course. So we're doing a May-June 2019 paper which is 2 hours and 30 minutes long, and we're doing version 22. So in the previous video I've completed a data manipulation part which was databases, and I'm going to go back now and finish off document production. So we have the evidence document set up already for the database task. Okay, so let's go down to page 2. We're going to start with task 2 document. There's a reason I'm doing it backwards. I've done the database part first because we had to create an extract, which was this part here, which was then going to be going into our Word document. So what we're going to do now, since we have the extract ready, we're going to be, once we finish the Word part, up to question, where are we going? Yeah, up to question 19, we can now skip the database part since it's already done in the previous video, and we can carry on all the way to question 27 and finish off this document production part. Okay, so let's see. So we're going to be editing a document. The company uses a corporate house style for all their documents. Paragraph styles must be created, edited and applied for or to the report as instructed. So we can highlight this. That's just generic information for you to read. So now what we need to do is open up this file. So J229 cruises.rtf. So let's go to my source folder. Yep, so we need to open up the RTF file. Let's double click. Enable editing. Okay, so we have some information here. Over 3 pages. Okay, let's have a look. So the page setup is set to A4, landscape orientation with 2 cm margins. Do not make any changes to these settings. That's fine. Less work for me. Save the document in your work area in the format of the software you're using with the file name TC report, all in capital letters. So when we save, make sure first of all you're saving it into your source folder, okay, and you're saving it as a Word document file, and then here we can enter the new name of the file as well. Okay, so enter it exactly as it appears on a question paper. So if they've used capital letters, then you should also use capital letters. Save. Okay, done. So the first evidence, place in the evidence document a screenshot to show the file has been saved. Make sure there's evidence of the file type. Okay, so we'll go to my source folder. Here's a file, it's been saved. Okay, and here's the file type. So we saved it as a Microsoft Word document. Then we take my print screen. Again, as mentioned in previous videos, if you want to use a snipping tool for this, you can do. It's up to you. It's whatever you find easy to use and whatever you're more familiar with using as well. Right, let's get rid of this. Crop out the part which we don't need, and keep the part we want to show, and make sure the screenshot is nice and clear. Actually, what I'm going to do, I'm going to show that we save it into the source folder as well. Okay, I'm happy with that. We can increase the size of the screenshot. Save, and let's go back to the question paper. So question 2, we're going to place in the header. So before we look at the next question, let's insert the header. So if we go to insert, and I always choose the option which gives us 3 columns, so we can put something on the left, center or right aligned. So automated page numbers left aligned. So yeah, left. So we click here, we go to page numbers, current position, and select the first option. And then what we want to do, right aligned, is an automated date field to display today's date in this format here. So we've got 3 characters for month. So if we click here, we need to go to quick parts, which is here. If you can't see it, you can always search for quick parts up here. Field go down to date and let's select the right format. So we're going to select the medium date. Okay, so not that one. Let's have a look. Yeah, so 2 characters for day, 3 characters for month, and 2 characters for year. Okay, so yep, is that the one we want? Yep, that's the one we want. Press OK, and that's today's date. Okay, let me get rid of that dot as well. For some reason, we've got that dot. Done. Okay, I'm going to check if we can also include these dashes here as shown. Let me go ahead and check that. So let me double click on this again. Quick parts, field, and date. Because some of these do have the dashes. So that's got a dash. What we can do, if I just type another D, press OK. No, that's completely messed up. Because I think I've got 2 there in one place. Let me try it one last time. Quick field, parts, date. So I want this one. If I type in another D, press OK. There we go. Happy with that. So sometimes it does take a little bit of messing around to get to where you want to get to, but yep, happy with that date. Okay. So that's that part done. So it's really important you pay attention to the details. I saw these dashes and I thought, okay, let's see if we can include them. Let's get rid of this option in the middle. We don't need this anymore. Close the header and footer. Okay, so now we're going to be placing in the footer your name, center, number, and candidate number center aligned. Anything else in the footer? No. So if we go to insert, footer, click again the 3 columns. Let's type in my name. Is it center number first? Let me double check. Yep, center number and then candidate number. So for center number I use my default number 5, 6, 7, 8, and for my candidate number I will use 1, 2, 3 and 4. We can delete these placeholders here to the left and right, close the head and footer, and if we check the print preview, you can see there's 2 dates here. Actually, that's not right, is it? So the date is still not right. I'm not sure why we got the extra date there. So let me delete and let me go to print preview. Okay, that's fine now. Okay, so if we go to the next page, yeah, so we've got the page numbers, the date, and your name at the bottom. Okay, let me save the changes. Okay, so before we move forward, make sure all of the alignments match the page margins. No other text or placeholders are included in header and footer areas, and headers and footers are displayed on all pages. So regarding the margins, let me quickly explain that before we move on to the next one. So you can see this is where the margin starts or ends, and you can see it's aligned to the margins. It's easy to see on this side, so this one is aligned to the margin. Okay. Take a screenshot evidence of the date field code showing the format used and place the screenshot into your evidence document. So what we need to do is go back into your header and footer, right click on the date and toggle field codes. Okay, and this is what we want to show. So let's print screen, and this is for evidence 2. So we got there in the end of the date. It was a little bit confusing because I didn't initially include the dashes, but like I said, just keep trying and hopefully you will get there and find your solution at the end. Again, make the print screen nice and clear so we can see 2 characters for the date, 3 characters for the month, 2 characters for the year, and you can also see the dashes as well. Okay, so that's that done. Let's move on to question 3. So now we're going to be creating and storing the following styles based in each on a default paragraph style. So this is something we'll come back to in a second. So to create the new styles, what we're going to do, I'm going to copy and paste TC subtitle first of all. close the header and footer. Click on this little icon underneath styles, and then we want to click on a new style to create one. So one's already exists, looks like it's been created, a TC title. So we're going to create a new style, TC dash subtitle, and we want to base it on a normal paragraph style. So that's what that refers to. So we're going to use sans serif. So for sans serif, I always go with Arial. Arial is already selected. Size of the font is going to be 18. The alignment is going to be onto the right hand side. Okay. Enhancement is going to be underlined, single line spacing. So underlined, single line spacing, which has already been selected. No space before or after, so we can check the format, paragraph, and no space before or after. Okay, that's that done. I'm going to apply the title formatting to this later. It's just changed for now. That's fine, I can come back to that later. Now let's make TC subhead. Not the database. Okay. Again, let's do based on the normal paragraph style. Again, it's going to be sans serif, so we can stick with Arial. Size is going to be 16. Center aligned, bold and italic. So center aligned, bold and italic. Single line spacing, which has already been selected, and we're going to have 6 points after. Okay, so we go to format, paragraph. There we go. Job done. Okay, and that's changing according to a new style, but we'll change it back to title later. Right, TC body, which will be for the main text, is going to be serif, so we go for Times New Roman. So again, we're going to create a new style, base it on a normal paragraph style, and we want to go for Times New Roman. The difference is for serif fonts, you have slight little ticks at the end of each letter. The size of the font is going to be 10, and the font alignment will be justified, so straight on both sides. No enhancements, and 6 point space after. So we've got single line spacing, no enhancements. We go to format, paragraph, 6 points after each line. Well, it's going to be after each paragraph for the body. And anything else? No. And finally, TC table. Again, we can go for a serif font, which is we can go for Times New Roman, which is a serif font. Again, we're going to apply the normal style, Times New Roman, 11 and center aligned, so 11 center aligned, and it's going to be italic. As you can see here, single, no line spacing before or after. Yep, so that's fine. Done. Let me change that back to, it was TC title at the start. Okay, that's done. And evidence 3, take a screenshot to show the style settings have been defined for TC subhead, which is this one here. Make sure there's evidence that this is based on a default paragraph style. Place this in your evidence document. So first of all, let me highlight all of this to say I'm about to do it. And so TC subhead, so which is this one here. So if we modify this, and then if we go to format and paragraph, so we're going to take both of these print screens here. So this shows the space after, this shows it's based on a paragraph style. It should be Arial. Let me see, Arial, yep, sans serif, 16 center aligned, bold and italic. Yep, happy with that. So this is evidence 3. Again, crop off the part which you don't need. and resize your print screen so it's nice and clear and easy for the examiner to see what's going on. Right, save. I think what we'll do is for the next print screen we can put that onto the next page, so I'll press Ctrl and Enter. Okay, the style name TC title has already been created, stored and applied to the title text. Modify the TC title style so that only the following formatting is applied. So what we need to do is now open up TC title, modify. Sans serif font size will be 32. So we need to change this to Arial, which is the sans serif font. Size is going to be 32. Whoops. Center line bold and italic. So not underlined, it's going to be bold and italic. Single line spacing and no space before or after. So single line spacing, which reduces space between the lines, and if you go to format paragraph, no space before or after. Do we need to evidence this as well? So yeah. So take a screenshot of this TC title style to show that these these have been changed. Place this in your evidence document. Yeah, so let me do that then. Let's get a paragraph up, and like I said, we can get this data as well as this information here in one go. Okay, so print screen. This is evidence 4. And it's a good thing we made some extra space. Okay, evidence 5. Display these custom style names as a list in Style Manager and provide a screenshot evidence of this list. So what that means is this little window here, we need to print screen this and shows the different styles that we created. So let me paste that in. Save the changes. We've done this. Okay, question 6. Below the title, add a subtitle produced by, and then add your name. So obviously, you'd have to write this information out. Make sure you include a capital P. I'm going to copy and paste it in just to save myself a bit of time. I just realized, let me change this back to the date field. So toggle field codes. Okay, done. So if I press enter, paste in the text, and then produced by my name. Okay, and we're going to be applying the TC subtitle style to this text. Okay, so TC subtitle. Yep, is it meant to be on the right underlined? Let me double check. TC subtitle 18 right underlined. Yep, that's fine. Apply the TC body style to the rest of the document. Okay, so we're going to highlight the rest of the document, and what I like to do first before I apply the body style, I click on clear all and then TC body. Okay, so you can see it's gone to a serif font, and it's justified, and the size is 11. Oh, sorry, size is 10. Okay, so I'm looking at this one here. Yep, that looks fine, and it's a 6-point space after each paragraph. Yeah, that looks good to me. Okay, so that's that done. Okay, so question 9. Change the page layout so the subheading, overview, and all of the following text is displayed in 3 columns Okay, so let me go for a second. Where's overview? Okay, so let me highlight this text first of all. And we want to make it into columns, so we go to layout, columns, more columns. We're going to select 3 columns. Okay, and we're going to have a 1 centimeter space between the columns as well. Okay, so let's change that to 1 centimeter. So all of the columns will have an equal space or spacing, 7.9 centimeters, and it's going to be a 1 centimeter gap between each column. Press OK, and yeah, that looks good to me. Question 10. Apply bullets to the list of items from Sure excursions to specialty restaurants. So let me copy that text. A quick way of finding that information is if you press Ctrl and F and then enter that information. Yep, so we come to here. So we're basically going to be applying bullet points. Let me see. So apply bullets to the list. Okay, so let's first of all apply the bullet points. Go to Home, click on Bullets. Okay, and what do we need to do to the bullets? The bullets are aligned at the left margin. So what that means is, if we go back to a Word document, if you click underneath paragraph, the indentation should be 0 centimeters because it's going to be aligned to the actual margin. Press OK. Yeah. And the next thing which we need to look at is the list is in a single line spacing with no space before or after each line. Okay, so we can click on it again and you can say remove space after paragraph. Okay, and then finally there's a 6-point space after the last item in the list. Okay, so let's add a space now. What we can do, we can just click after the last bullet point, press enter, delete the bullet point, and double click and change this to 6. Yeah, that's fine. Let's save the changes. So we've done that now. Question 11. Identify 7 subheadings in a document and apply the TC subhead style to each one. So there's going to be 7 TC subhead we need to apply. So subheadings, start the first page. We'll do 1 page at a time. So that's 1. I'm going to press Ctrl to select more than 1 title. 2, 3, 4. TC subhead. Yeah, that looks fine to me. So we've got the first 4, 5, 6, and is there any more? Yep, it was this one here. And let me double check. So we've got center aligned. It looks like it's Arial. TC subhead. Yep, 16 bold italic. Yep, happy with that. It looks fine. So where are we up to now? Question 12. Using the data in the file J2. Let me double check. Yeah, we're up to question 12. Using the data in the file J229stats.cs3, create a vertical bar chart to show the number of cruise passengers for the years 2014 to 2018 only. Okay, so now I'm going to go to my source folder. Let's find that file. So let's double click to open this up in Excel. Okay. And we want to create a graph from 2014 to 2018 only. Yep, so that's fine. We don't want to show the total. So what we can do is highlight these 2 rows here, and we can add the years later. So it's going to be a vertical bar chart. Okay, so if I go to insert, let's click on bar and click on the bar option. Okay, I made a slight mistake. Let me double check again. So create a vertical bar chart to show the number of cruise passengers. So Yeah, I think it's going to be just this row of data here. Okay, so if I highlight this row, because we only want the passengers, so the guests. Okay, so if we go to insert, bar chart, okay, so 2014 to 2018. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're going to add our labels. Okay, so if I click on plus, I want to add ICT titles. Okay, and I also want to, if I right click on the graph, click on select data, and the horizontal ICT labels are going to be the years. So I'm going to click on edit and highlight the years here. Press OK, and let's go back to our question paper. So label a chart with the following: title, annual growth. So let's double click here, and the value axis, title, passengers. So this is a value axis, obviously these would be years. So let's double click here, and you can type in passengers. I'm just going to copy and paste to save myself a bit of time. So we've done that. Display the values as data labels on top of each bar. Do not display a legend. So what we need to do here is, if we click on the graph, if I click on plus, let's take data labels. Yep, that's what we want to show. We don't have an ICT title here at the bottom, so let me get rid of this one here, so delete. And let me check if there's anything else. Now we need to format the scale of the axes. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to right click on the axes, and then we're going to click on format axes. So we get this option here. Now let's get rid of this plus here. So we want to have increments of 2000. Okay, so that's going to be the units. So right now we're going up in 500, so we want to go up in 2000s. Okay, and we're going to have a maximum and minimum value. So let's have a look. So the maximum value will be 13,000, and the minimum value should be 5,000. Oh, I've done these in the wrong order. Silly me. Right, okay. So the minimum was 5,000. Yeah, and the maximum was 13,000. That makes sense. That's me not reading the question paper properly, okay, and trying to rush this graph. Okay, so before we finish, let me double check now, because I was trying to do it as quick as possible and I've ended up making a few silly mistakes. So before we go ahead, cruise passengers for the years 2000 to 2018. Okay, 2000 to 2018, we got that. We got the title, annual growth, and the value axis title, passengers. Passengers, annual growth. Yep, happy that. We're not displaying a legend, and we've got the data labels on top of each bar. Yep. We formatted, so the minimum value was 5,000, which is this one here. The maximum was 13,000, and we're going up in 2000s. Okay, that looks done to me. Now what we're going to be doing, we're going to be inserting a graph, inserting a chart after the paragraph ending over the past 5 years. So let me find first of all the location. So if I press Ctrl F again, type in over the past 5 years. So we're going to be inserting a graph after this. Okay, so let's press enter, and to insert a graph or chart, we're going to click on copy, and make sure the chart and all data fits within a column. All data labels are displayed in full. So let's get rid of this. Let's paste it in. Yep, so it fits within the column. Everything's displayed as it should. Let me just go up. Okay, yep, that looks fine. We've got the title, this title, we got the increment right, the labels, yep. Save the changes, and let's carry on. Okay, question 17. We're going to be importing the image J229 ship.png and place this below the subheading our fleet. So let me find our fleet first of all. Yep, so that's the subheading here. And so let's click on the first line just before. And the picture should be in our source folder. So yeah, it's going to be this picture here that we're going to be inserting. So to insert a picture, we go to Insert, Picture, go to your source folder and select the picture. Okay, so that's fine. Now we need to format the picture. So it's resized and it's 2.5 centimeters wide, maintaining the aspect ratio. So what we can do, we can click on the picture and resize it down there. You can see the height automatically changes, so the aspect ratio is being maintained. So 2.5 centimeters wide. It's aligned to the left margin at the top of the paragraph. Yep, that's fine. And the text wraps around the image. So we need to click on the text. We can either click on this icon here or go to wrap text up here and select tight. Okay, so it needs to be, yep, so can you see those green lines on my version of Word? You can see it's aligned to the left of the column and to the top of the paragraph. So that's fine, happy with that. And obviously this we is going over the picture slightly, but I think that's to be expected. That's just how the picture is. Okay, right, that's that done. Save the document with the same file name using step 1. So we're just going to press save. Okay. Make sure that today's date and not the date field code is displayed in the header. I've changed that already. We're going to print this document. Make sure you've entered your name, center number and candidate number on your document. Okay, which I have. So we go to File and Print, and you can check the pages. So before we print, I want to make sure there's no orphans, widows. So let's go to the second page. It's a good thing I checked that. We just press Control Enter, push that to, whoops, not what I wanted. Press Enter. Yeah, that's fine. And that's that done. Okay, so question 19. So the cruise company is planning to publish the annual report data on its company wiki. Evaluate the suitability of a wiki to share this type of data. So in evidence 6, we need to type your evaluation recommendations with reasons into your evidence document using no more than 100 words. So that's 3 marks. So let's have a look. I've already entered my answers already. So let me zoom in a little bit. So if you're going to have a wiki to present the report, there's no need to print, saving costs, and allows the company report to be seen by many people. Disadvantage of wikis is it can be edited, deleted, or modified by anyone. Okay, now I've got a spelling mistake there. What we can do as a recommendation is present the report in a format which can't be edited. Okay, so that's what we did for that question there. So let me save the changes. Okay, question 19 is finished. And remember, this is now the database section, but we've already done this in the previous video, so I'm going to skip ahead. We've created the extract, okay, and we've saved the extract as well. So now we're going to skip to question 27. So Where's my extract? Let's double click to open it. So import the extract you saved in step 26 into your document as a table after the paragraph which ends cruises operating last year were. So let me find where this is. Control F. Okay, so we're going to be placing a table here. Make sure the table fits within the column. The extract does not contain a title. So if I go back to the extract, there's no title, that's fine. Let me first of all just make the columns as small as possible. Okay. Right, I'm going to copy this now. I can make this a bit smaller as well actually. What we don't want is any text to be wrapping. Right, so let me copy this now. All required fields and their labels are fully visible. No text is wrapped within the extract. Okay, so let's first of all place this table. Okay, that's fine. So no text is wrapped. Let's see. Yep, no text is wrapped. What the wrapping basically means is, let's say for example, if I decrease the size of this column, this word is now wrapped in a cell. So what we don't want is that to happen. So you make sure the columns are suitable sizes. Does the column table fits within the margins? Yes, it does. TC table style is applied to the extract. Okay, so highlight all the cells, TC table. And there's a 6-point space after the table. So let me just click here, double click and change that to 6. And the text is wrapping, so we don't want the text to wrap. And because we fixed that, it now fits into this column. I'm going to double check the table style. Is it italic? TC table serif 11. Yeah, that looks fine to me. Oops, I've gone ahead of where it should be. Okay, that's that question done. And we've come to the very end now. Spell check and proofread a document. So if I go to review, check document, so there's no spelling mistakes. Actually 7 spelling mistakes. Are they? Looks like it's going to be names. So let me double check. 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 5 6. Yeah, that's fine. It's basically showing these ones up here, so we can get rid of that. Let's just go up. Yep, that looks fine. Make sure tables, charts and lists are not split over columns or pages. There's no orphans, widows or orphans. There's no blank pages. House style specifications are being followed. Spacing is consistent. Save the document. Make sure today's date is not the field code, and you can print off the document. Okay, so let me double check everything again really quickly. Okay, so I'm going to go to print preview again just to make sure everything is as it should. So you can see the page number, the date in the correct format, my name, spacing looks consistent, the style's been applied, the table's not split over 2 columns, the list's not split over 2 columns. Yep, so we can go ahead and we can print this off. Okay, and just before we finish, we have one final question before we go to mail merge. Yeah, answer the following questions and record your answers in the evidence document. Explain why styles are used. Okay, and then also state the purpose of spell check software and identify 2 limitations of its use. So 3 marks here and 1 mark here. So the purpose would be a mark and the 2 limitations would be a mark as well. Type your answers into the evidence document using no more than 50 words. So I've done this already and I can show you my answers. Okay, so for use of layouts, actually let me see the question again. So why are styles used? To provide a consistent format or layout. Purpose of a spell check. To identify potential data entry errors. Limitations. May not recognize technical terms or names. So as you can see here, these are not spelling mistakes, they're names. Go back to my evidence document. It could introduce new errors. As you're saving or spell checking your work, you may change a word into another word that you don't want to change it into, and you still would have to proofread your work to make sure it makes sense. Okay, so we've basically come to the end of the document production part, including the extract which was created in the previous database video. So hopefully in the next video I will be completing the mail merge part and also the PowerPoint part as well. Okay, so thank you for your time. Please like and share this video, drop your comments below. Good luck in your exams.